What's up, everyone? Welcome to Endless Multiverse. I'm Andy B, one of your hosts always, and the plans have changed a little bit for tonight. We were supposed to have a guest, but we had to change things around, and hopefully they will be joining us next week. As you can see, Chainsaw React, aka Jordan, he's not here with us tonight. He's actually taking a well-earned vacation and celebrating the holidays. Hope everyone out there who celebrates Thanksgiving that you had a great Turkey Day yesterday, that you're full of food coma. And yeah, I hope your Black Friday was great. That you got all the tech, all the merch, all the things you wanted. I didn't because I was just busy being at home. But I'm happy to be here doing a little show for you guys while we celebrate the holidays and just kind of catch up on some news items and discussions. So, first of all, again, hope everyone's doing well tonight on this Friday night. Thank you so much for joining. Again, I always get a little nervous when I have to do these by myself, because it's not my YouTube channel. Even though my show is part of this channel, my show that I do with Chainsaw is part of this. Um, Channel, it's not my channel, it's Jordan's channel in the end. So I want to be responsible. I'm going to try to behave. But yeah, we're going to do some fun news discussions. There's been a lot of interesting things happening over the last couple of days. And then we're going to do Q&A as always. And we might end at 10 today, depending on. But again, to participate in the chat, if you wanna show that you're grateful for the show, feel free to send in some super chats. Those questions will be guaranteed to be read on air. And we will have some fun. So as always, you know what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring it over to John Constantine. Constantine, take it away.
All right then. On with the show.
So this is the first item is this is how interesting this industry can be sometimes. Because if something breaks on a Sunday night, there's drama. There's drama. And we're gonna start with Disney, this because this broke late last weekend. So we lost one Bob and then gained a new Bob, and now we're losing that same new Bob and getting back to old Bob. And Bob Chapek, even though I like to call him Chapstick, he has exited his role as CEO of the Walt Disney Company. On Sunday, the company's board sent out a notice that Bob Iger is back and the recently re-upped Bob Chapek is out. And he said Bob Iger said the following: "I'm deeply honored to be asked again to lead this remarkable team with a clear mission focused on creative excellence to inspire generations through unrivaled, bold storytelling." And I'm reading this from Deadline Hollywood. Having handed over the baton as CEO in February 2020 to Chapek, a stunning move unto itself at the time, and then serving as an executive chairman until the end of 2021, Iger will be the CEO for a second time for the next 2 years, the company says. His mission will also include identifying a successor, something Iger had difficulty doing while commanding the troops the last time, postponing multiple plans to step down during his 15 years in the top job, the final stage of a 47-year run at Disney. And the board has concluded as Disney embarks on an increasingly complex period of industry transformation, Bob Iger is uniquely situated to lead the company through this pivotal period, says board chair Susan Arnold in the official announcement. Just a couple of weeks after a rougher than expected quarterly earnings report by the company, once an overachiever buyout by success in streaming, Disney stock has recently sunk to a multi-year low after executives warned of weak revenue and profit gains in the years to come, and also hefty expenses for streaming. The company's share have lost roughly 40% in 2022 to date. And in an email to employees, Iger shared the news of his return with an incredible sense of gratitude and humility, and I must admit, a bit of amazement. Providing no details on the rehire that came together very quickly over the last few days, the once and now again CEO added that Disney quote unquote hold a special place in the hearts of people around the globe thanks to you and your dedication to this company and its mission to bring joy to people through great story is an inspiration to me every single day. The communique did acknowledge Chapek, with whom Iger reportedly had a rocky relationship since the transition of power. And let's see what else is worth mentioning. Given the considerable turbulence experienced by Disney since Iger left the corner office, and also given his well-earned reputation for being as smooth and diplomatic a leader as Chapek could be, an awkward and blithe one, Iger was repeatedly asked if he would consider an encore. He also steadfastly refused, recently citing his new place as an investor and industry observer with a lot of more time on his hands. At the age of 71 years old, though, he's certainly not at what is considered automatic retirement age in a business where many CEOs are active into their 80s and beyond. Rupert Murdoch, consistently one of Disney's largest shareholders, is 91 and still chair of Fox Corp and executive chair of News Corp. And this was a massive deal to a lot of people. And this again, this article kind of just goes on to talk about like the history that's been going on with Disney for the last 2 years, and yikes. Well, look, we'll see. Look, I knew he would show up. Bob Iger used the act of Zazzle to end Bob paycheck. Your words, not mine. But yeah, it is. This is awkward. This is definitely awkward because this is, because you can easily say that yes, this, Bob Chapek got, was exited his role, but this, y'all, this is, he was fired. He was fired. Because if for this to happen on a Sunday night to be announced, because here's the thing, because they're doing this as we were going to the holiday weekend, and we just had Black Panther Wakanda Forever come out, and we've seen stocks and quarterly reports come out, and it's just, to me, this screamed that he got fired. And I don't know what he's going to be doing next, but to be honest, I don't give a shit what he's going to do next, because I think Disney has been an awkward in an JPEG. The best way to put it is that I feel like he took like one step forward, but a lot of 10 steps backwards with a lot of things that he was trying to do. And the fact that there was so much just up and down for Disney, because I feel like Disney had lost a little bit of its magic, for lack of a better term, over the last 2 years. And of course, let's just remember, the pandemic definitely did have an effect on all types of studios and networks. So not saying that it's just Disney, but at the same time, it is still a little awkward when you see that they didn't wait till Monday. Even they something really bad must have happened behind the scenes for him to get cut on a Sunday night. If for this to be announced on a Sunday night, but. And the fact that Iger is mentioned more in this official statement than, like, I'll read this through it one more time. The Walt Disney Company announced today that Robert A. Iger is returned to lead Disney as chief executive officer effective immediately. Mr. Iger, who spent more than 4 decades at the company, including 50 years as its CEO, has agreed to serve as Disney CEO for 2 years with a mandate from the board to set the strategic direction for renewed growth and to work closely with the board in developing a successor to lead the company at the completion of his term. Mr. Iger succeeds Bob Chapek, who has stepped down from his position. We thank Bob Chapek for his service to Disney over his long career, including navigating the company through the unprecedented challenge of the pandemic, says Susan Arnold, chairman of the board. The board has concluded that as Disney embarked on an increasingly complex period of industry transformation, Bob Iger is uniquely situated to lead the company through this pivotal period. Mr. Iger has a deep respect of Disney's senior leadership, most of whom he worked closely with until his departure as executive chairman 11 months ago. And he's greatly admired by Disney employees worldwide, all of which will allow for a seamless transition of leadership, she said. And the position of chairman of the board remains unchanged, with Ms. Arnold serving in that capacity. I'm extremely optimistic for the future of this great company and thrilled to be asked by the board to return as the CEO, Mr. Iger said. Disney and its incomparable brand and the franchise as a whole a special place in the hearts of so many people around the globe, most especially in the hearts of our employees whose dedication to this company and its mission is an inspiration. I'm deeply honored to be asked again to lead this remarkable team with a clear mission focused on creative excellence to inspire generations through unrivaled bold storytelling. And through his 15 years as CEO from 2005 to 2020, Jesus, I was like not even 10 years old by then, I think. Mr. Iger helped build Disney into one of the world's most successful and admired media and entertainment companies with a strategic vision focused on creative excellence, like technological innovation, and international growth. He expanded on Disney's legacy of unparalleled storytelling with the acquisition of Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm, and 20th Century Fox, and increased the company's market capitalization fivefold during his time as CEO. Mr. Iger continued to direct Disney's creative endeavors until his departure as executive chairman last December, and the company's robust pipeline of content is a testament to his leadership and vision. So this is so fucking awkward. Like I do not want to be this man. I do not want to be this person, Mr. Chapek whatsoever. So it's yeah. I look forward to see what Bob Iger will do. Let's see. I want to see what the little chat is saying. Yeah, this is hilarious. Julie, like Chainsaw is enjoying his vacation. Chainsaw hops on chat. Yeah, I mean, it's all good. And let's see. you guys are talking about Daredevil. There's nothing to talk about Daredevil right now. So, um, but yeah, we will see what happens. We're about to, and I think because think for all of us who are watching here right now, we're probably all thinking, what does this mean for Star Wars and Marvel, the two brands that we do cover a lot on this show? And I feel like, I think a lot of plans are still going to be the same. I don't think much is going to change, at least on the Marvel front. Like I think Kevin Feige, like once he sets out his plans for phases, usually they don't really change that much. So, but this was. I think there will be more drama to come out of this. I think there will be more statements made over the next couple of weeks, because I feel like this is so obvious that this isn't like a mutual departure. This is definitely like someone slapped him on the wrist and said, "You're out." But going from Disney to DC, so we're gonna talk a little Flash season 9. So my good friend Craig Byrne, who runs KSI TV, Flash TV News, Green Arrow TV, and lots of great websites dedicated to DC shows and more. He recently spoke to Teddy Sears, aka Hunter Zolomon, aka Zoom, and he spoke to him last Sunday at Walton's Thanksgiving event, and he asked him something that a lot of fans have been wondering: is Zoom going to be back in the Flash season 9, aka the final season? And Teddy Sears said the following: "I'm not being coy here. My hope is that yes, you will. I don't know if you will. I've been trying to ask. I'm still in contact with a lot of cast. I talk to Grant Gustin all the time, Danielle, Tom Cavanaugh is no longer there, but he and I stay in touch, and Jesse Martin. So it would be my highest hope that I get to do one more in the final season." And let's we will bring this up as a flash fact, which is that Eric Wallace has said multiple times in interviews, including my interviews on theflashbucket.com, that he wants to bring Zoom back. Zoom is one of his favorite villains. Now, whether or not it's actually going to happen, it all depends on scheduling and if it fits into the story they're doing. But I hope he comes back. I think it would be kind of nice if we had like a gathering of all fan favorite villains. Like I want to see Zoom back. I want to see Captain Cold. I want to see a heat wave that is our heat wave, not whatever that is tomorrow dead. And I want to see Weather Wizard. I want to see both Tricksters. I want to see Mark Hamill come back one last time. And although that might be a budget issue, I don't know, because Mark Hamill ain't cheap. I want to see Golden Glider back. I want to see some of these fan favorite villains that we haven't seen in a while. And I know we only have 13 episodes. It's hard to work them all in, but it would be nice that for someone like Teddy as Zoom come back for at least one episode, because let's remember, after Crisis on Infinite Earths, they reestablished that in this continuity of Earth Prime, he was no longer from Earth 2, he was always from Earth Prime, which means that there's a reason they have tinkered with his backstory and his continuity and mythology on this show, because I think they wanted to have the door open for the possibility of bringing him back at some point. Because at this point, I don't think we know if he ever became Black Flash and then got killed off by Killer Frost, or if he's somewhere out there in the negative Speed Force or whatever force he's using. So I'm hoping he's back. Teddy Sears has always been fun, and I hope that Eric finds a way, but they're definitely getting towards the end now. Like there's only a couple episodes left to be filming, I think. So that's it on the Flash front. Now we're gonna jump back to Disney, but we're gonna jump back to Marvel because we got some good news for the Blade movie. They announced this week, including the Hollywood Reporter, that Marvel Studios has tapped Jan Demange, who directed the pilot of Lovecraft Country for HBO. He's been set as the director for the vampire action thriller that has Mahershala Ali attached to star as the leading character. At the same time, they've also tapped a new screenwriter, Michael Starbury, who got an Emmy nomination for penning an episode of Ava DuVernay's show When They See Us, and he's going to be writing a brand new script for the feature. And this is now on track to start production summer 2023 in Atlanta. And the fact that they have a new screenwriter means that they're starting from scratch. There were reports, I don't know if they ever were I don't know if they ever were verified, but there were casting calls going out for the initial Blade movie where it said it was going to be some sort of time period piece, which I don't know if I actually would love to have seen that. I kind of would prefer if it's just something in the present, but yeah, they are doing a complete rewrite. They're starting from scratch, so I think it's to line up better now, maybe with what Phase 5 and 6 will do, because I'm sure Blade will play some role in this. But I'm not familiar with either of those creators, but I'm glad, it's people of color. I think it's very important. I'm glad that we are getting, that they're not rushing this film, because by doing a page one rewrite and starting over from the beginning, it means that they don't want to just like, okay, let's just write a script in 1 month and then start shooting in February. Like that's not what they're doing. I think they're redeveloping this and want to make sure that this will be absolutely proper for when Blade does his proper entry in the MCU. So I'm interested to see what these two gentlemen will do together, and hopefully we will hear some more casting news soon. I'm sure they probably. I think they probably know what characters they want to use, but I think that now, like while they're writing the script, there might be like they might start trying to look for more cast members, but it's interesting. It's interesting for sure, to say the least. So that's for Blade. Now, what else do we have? Let me just bring up my good old document. Y'all, we're gonna talk CW. I'm sorry, we gotta talk to CW because it's just, oh, child, listen to me. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Just of this week, because I'm getting old. I've been sick all week, but I'm sick of all the CW. I'm sick of the CW. There's been just so much going on, and now there's more reports coming out about the whole sale situation, and I ain't happy. And I don't care because it doesn't really affect me. But let's go through what in a new piece from the Hollywood Reporter, which let's let's go through this. This is gonna be funny. Next Star's next battle, making the CW numbers work, unpacking the Paramount and Warner Bros. Discovery deal that saw the sellers pay $54 million to unload the broadcaster. I'm sorry, you need to see my face for a second when I say, like, this is okay, let's go. In the end, Nexstar was paid $54 million to take the CW off of Paramount and Warner Bros. Discovery's hands. Actually, that's an oversimplification. In fact, Nexstar, led by CEO Patrick Perry Sook, was given its 75% stake in the network for free, but after factoring in its cash on hand, accounts receivable and account payable, and other liabilities, the local TV giant ended with its $54 million gain on bargain purchase, reflecting on just how seriously its former corporate owners were ready to move on. The National Broadcast Network, a distant NO5, had long been known to be a money pit, but a review of unaudited financial statements shed some light on the complex finances of the network and just how big of a challenge it will be for Nexstar to turn its fortunes around to meet its goal of profitability by 2025. Child. Wow. Let's keep reading. According to a Hollywood Reporter and analysis of the financial statements that were included in Nexstar's latest quarterly filing with the SEC on November 9th, the CW had a revenue of about $100 million per quarter in 2021 to 2022 for an annual run rate of $370 million to $405 million. However, it had annualized losses of between $300 million and $400 million. In other words, for every dollar it took in, as many as two were flowing out. The CW has never turned a profit since being formed in 2006. The largest source of expense for the CW was programming, and it acquired that programming from Warner's and Paramount, making it economical for the joint owners. The network had consisted exclusively of scripted original produced by both Warner and CBS Studios, supplemented by a few unscripted scripts and low-cost Canadian series acquired to help flesh out its slate. While the network wasn't designed to turn a profit, both studios were making money thanks in part to a 2010 $1 billion Netflix output deal, as well as international sales for well-known titles like Dynasty. While that model proved extremely fruitful, that's an interesting number, a word. The network's parent companies opted against extending the network deal in order to bolster their respective streamers, HBO Max and Paramount Plus, with CW program instead of seeing all of the original land on Netflix. What's more, the need for all streamers to retain global programming rights as the platform extended to foreign markets meant an end to those lucrative international sales. Without revenue streams from Netflix and foreign sales, the CW's business model no longer made sense, and Warner and CBS Studios began exploring sales options, leading to the sale to Nexstar. And while other studios, including at least one private equity firm, kicked the tires, the local TV giant emerged victorious, benefiting from being the largest owner of CW stations in the country, where it can be more efficiently monetized political ads, for example. Nexstar believes it was able to acquire the CW for $0 purchase consideration due to the recurring losses of the CW and its position as the largest affiliate of the CW, which it believes that limited the number of interests it acquires, the company wrote in its 10Q. I'm sorry. This is so messed up. Okay. Now comes the hard part. Oh, now comes the hard part, they say. As the local TV giant needs to find a way to stem the step loss the CW is facing. For now, it has agreed to carry 12 scripted series from the previous owners, primarily for the 2002 to 2003 TV season. But after that, it will turn to new entertainment chief Brad Schwartz to chart a new, much less expensive content strategy. We just have to be scrappier. If we do scripted, we have to figure out a smart way of doing it, Schwartz told the Hall Report on November 2nd. Oh, this is so funny. Nexstar CFO Lee and Leah told a financial conference conference that the company intends to take $155 million from the sale of property in Chicago and funnel it into the network. That goes a long way to funding the investment that we're going to have in the CW, the executive said. And the company also plans to use the CW to enter the increasingly crowded ad-supported streaming market. The acquisition is expected to solidify Nexstar's revenue opportunity as a large CW affiliate, diversify its content. Diversify. Really? We lost like 10 shows. How many of them didn't have people color in it? Women leading the shows? Child. The outside of the news established it as a participant in an advertising video on demand service via the CW app and created value by improving the CW ratings, revenue, and profitability, Netflix wrote in the filing. And sooner rather than later, companies later acquired. Okay, well, this is the juicy part. And sooner rather than later, the company is likely to acquire the 25% of the CW that Warner Bros. Discovery and Paramount are holding on to. Per its filing, Nexstar has a call option in August 2024 to acquire the remaining stake, and the sellers have an option in June 2026 to force Nexstar to acquire the remaining equity. What a shit show. This is so stupid. The CW is essentially dead. I'm sorry. I need to call you. I need to call this out. Superman Lois, I heard a new network owner wants to bring back DC shows. I read. Unless you can provide a source for that, because he has not said anything about that. There's no bring back shows. That's not happening. That's like Stargirl is not coming for season 4. We're not getting Legends of Tomorrow season 8. We're not getting a Batwoman season 4. We're not getting Naomi season 2. So it's just, it is what it is. This is sad. I grew up with this network since 2006. I was watching Smallville from the day it moved from the WB. Bro, if you're just in the chat, can you just come on there for a second? Just come and say hi. You can do that. I'll send you the link if you need me to. It's sad. It's very disappointing because I like most of the shows I've covered as a journalist for the last 10 years. It's all CW shows. So it's sad. It's sad that this is happening, and it's like the fact that within the next 2 years they're expected to acquire the remaining 25%, which means Warner Bros. Discovery has 12.5, Paramount has 12.5, and the fact that CW, and given the fact that Warner Brothers and Paramount, they were the ones who really were pushing for this, they're getting out of broadcasting network, at least on the CW. Like Paramount will always still have CBS, but that's because CBS is a juggernaut. Like it is one of the biggest networks on the broadcast five. So it makes it hard for me to be excited for the shows that are still coming back. Like of course I'm excited for Flash Tonight, Instrumental season 3, and to see whatever becomes of Gotham Knights. But I just, when you know that they don't care for these type of shows anymore, it makes it hard for me to stay invested. But yeah, I'm like this. There's not been any good news for the CW in the last couple of months. There's just more bad news items week after week. These presidents that they're tapping, they need to stop talking. Like their publicists must hate them so much not to be like, yo, hey, you're Brad Stewart, like, come over here. Maybe right now is not the best time to go and do a profile piece on the Hollow Reporter where you're essentially saying, I don't know yet, I don't know, I have no idea. You know what I think?
I think that you leave a trail of bodies every damn place that you go.
Exactly. You know what, that clip? Listen, I know I played it for comedy, but like this is I feel like what the state of mind of the CW is now with Next Star. They're leaving shows dead behind them, one after one after one, and it's so like. Because the thing was like because I remember when I started watching CW, it was so everyone just knew it as the rich girl, teenager, shipping network, like Gossip Girl, 90210, Melrose Place, whatever. But I just but then I feel like once we had Supernatural come over in Smallville, and we had Arrow premiere in 2012, and we saw the Arrowverse flesh out, and we started seeing other types of show, I feel like it was kind of becoming like sci-fi, like the Sci-Fi Network, but for broadcast almost. Like it's a lot of genre shows, fantasy, drama, sci-fi, comedy, whatever, and so on. So I just to see that all this is happening is just listen. See, and I will say this: it has not always been easy to look at CW, follow CW. Like there's things that I might be able to talk about next year, but in the end, I always had shows I could turn to. There was every season there was a show I could watch at least one show. But instead, I've had at least 4 or 5 shows I could watch every season: fall and winter, summer, and fall, summer, spring, winter. There you go. So it's for me. I know this saying is the night is always darkest before the dawn. But I feel like this is not the case for the CW. Like whatever they're about to do next year, they're gonna like it. They're gonna be happy. They're gonna enjoy whatever they're doing now under Next Star. But I feel like us, the type of audience we have been following the CW for more than 2 decades, almost. I feel that we're not their priority anymore. So for me, it's difficult to get attached to any show right now that is premiering. Like I want to check out the Winchesters because my dream husband Tom Welling is going to be on it, but it's I'm like, well, what's the point if it gets canceled? What happens? So it's a bummer. It's so much of a bummer of where we started and where we're now. So, but yeah, we will talk more about it. I'm sure. Now let's move on to something that came out actually today, I believe, or yesterday, and that is something about Namor, who made his live action debut in the MCU. And so we were having a lot of conversation in the last couple of weeks on whether or not we could do a Namor movie. Now, well, it appears that he can get his own movie. So this comes from from the Wrap, from an interview they recently did with Black Panther Wakanda Forever producer Namor, and I'm going to read the following. In Marvel Studios' Black Panther Wakanda Forever, we're introduced to a fearsome new villain named Namor, played by Mexican actor Tenoch Huerta. Oh, they misspelled his name. Awkward. Namor comes from an undersea community, his life defined by his subjugation and colonization. At one point, he explains the origin of his name. If amor means love, then he's an outcast, a mutant, starved of affection. No amor, Namor, he's without love, a loner. He's also a loner because Marvel Studios doesn't actually control the character. The situation around Namor harkens back to the pre-Marvel Studios, pre-Disney era of making movies out of Marvel Comics characters before the studios streamlined and controlled intellectual property. Before Marvel Studios made Iron Man as its own independently produced film, the company was in the habit of licensing off, selling off rights to characters to other studios. The X-Men went to Fox, Spider-Man went to Sony, etc. And Namor is one of those characters that is still controlled by another studio. Not that Namor won't be back in the MCU, as Black Panther Wakanda Forever producer Namor confirmed to the Wrap, he can return, but Disney won't be able to produce a standalone movie about the character. So what's the deal? Well, the Namor's situation is similar to Marvel Studios' deal with Universal for Hulk. Neither can star in his own movie because Universal Pictures has the rights to both characters, and he can't appear by himself in marketing materials unless it's part of a series of posters. We spoke to Black Panther Wakanda Forever producer Namor about the situation, and he acknowledged that Namor was borrowed like Hulk. It honestly affects us more, and not to talk too much out of school, but in how we market the film than it does how we use them in the film. They weren't really things we couldn't do from a character perspective for him, which is good because clearly we took a ton of inspiration from the source material, but we also made some big changes to the character to really anchor him in that world, in the truth that publishing never really landed on, I would argue, in a big way. Moore went on to praise co-writer-director Ryan Coogler's take on the material and how the reconfiguration wasn't impacted by the legal formalities. I've read every Namor comic ever written, and I love them, but the world of Atlantis is a little vaguely drawn. It's maybe kind of Roman, maybe. So Ryan is such a detail-oriented filmmaker that he wanted to anchor to something that felt as tangible and real as hopefully Wakanda feels for people. And I think there were nothing from a business side anyway that was preventing us from doing that, which is great. And then they just talk about what he does in the comics or whatever. And they talk about they used to do, like, they almost did a Namor movie in 1999, but it just never happened. In 2001, the Hollywood Reporter noted that Universal Studio had obtained the rights to the Submariner. The THR said that the project, which aims to be a major franchise for the studio, is expected to go out to writers shortly, and the rest is history. So what happens now? What happens now to Namor? Here's what I think is going to happen. This is why I was very hesitant in buying the idea that they necessarily had the rights back, because something just like it felt like there's things they're doing here that they're doing because of some other ownership or whatever. I'm drinking cola. That's all I'm drinking. Cheers to me. Here's what I think. I think they're likely going to try doing the more TV show for Disney Plus. And yes, they're going to listen. I know doing things underwater is not cheap. I'm perfectly aware of that, 100%. But it wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me if either as an MCU special, kind of like what we did with Guardians, the holiday special, or Werewolf by Night. But I feel like they want him to have something solo, so that's why they're gonna try to do something maybe on Disney Plus, because this is what I don't understand, why they don't just buy the rights back, both to Hulk and Namor. Maybe it's because of, I don't know, maybe it's because of they don't want to sell them to Disney, or maybe they're asking for too much. Yeah, the soda is good. Yeah, it's good. So yeah, we will see what happens. But this is this kind of puts a lot of things to rest on whether or not Namor can have his own movie. But they're obviously gonna use him elsewhere. He's gonna pop in other movies. But as far as solo part goes, I think the best shot at this point is doing a TV show. So we will see what happens. But yeah, that's kind of all we have for news. It was kind of a slow week because it is the holiday, so not a lot of news will break. And I think that's why they also wanted to announce the whole Bob thing, because we saw immediately the stocks went up when the Iger news came out. So, but let's go through. Wait, hold on, I gotta do this. Let's do some Q&A. Ask us question or fucking leave. I'm sorry, Jordan. I butchered the song completely. Let's see. What are you guys saying in the chat? Let's scroll up and look. Kakashi, I actually, because I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, I also had pizza, so you're good. Greens, Andy, house stuff, and also things. Well, I mean they're almost the same. That's the same definition. But I've been sick this week. I've not been so doing so well. But yeah, I the schoolwork, been working, and then playing some games. And now I'm here on Endless Multiverse. Bob Iger used the act of Zazzler to end Bob paycheck. There you go. And let's see what else are you guys saying. I'm pretty sure they're going to get Daredevil Born Again TVMA, but we will see. I think we will have to wait and see. I mean, I think they're definitely starting to try and explain and to establish darker properties and kind of touch. I think they're trying to get a little closer to a Netflix tone, but also trying to maintain it somewhat of an MCU level, or the MCU movie level. Let's see. Wow, the Active Dazzler is the most OP item in the multiverse. I mean, look at him. Like Darkseid, there's only one version of him in the multiverse. So. I'm so glad that David doesn't know who Darkseid is, because he would take it as an insult. Let's see. Beep bop boo. If you're James Gunn, what's the first part you green at DC? I would really like to end the waiting and see David Ayer's cut of Suicide Squad. Yes, I also would love to see the Ayer cut, release the Ayer cut. Let's see it. I want to see it. I think that's the true Suicide Squad we should have gotten. And again, I know a lot of you guys in the chat love the Suicide Squad by James Gunn. For me, it's not for me, because Suicide Squad, it's not a comedy franchise. It's a very dark, complex, and kind of sinister side of the DC universe, because Emmanuel is taking advantage of prisoners, criminal prisoners. The government is abusing their power and just going against what we stand for as a society. So I also want to see the Ayer, but what? I have to be careful about this. Well, I mean, let's get Man of Steel properly greenlit. And of course, I would love to see the Snyderverse get greenlit. And just for me, I want to see the Snyderverse be restored so that Zack can finish his vision. If it doesn't happen, I'm not gonna be upset for the rest of my life, because I want to see where the DC universe can go with or without him. But that's what I would do. But you know what? Let's pose this question to you guys in the chat. What part do you want James Gunn to greenlight first at DC? Let's see. Blade must be rated R. I would prefer it was rated R, but I know they're not gonna do it. It's hard to say about the new creative team for Blade versus the old one. If rumors are to be true that Mahershala was not happy with the script and that there was very few action beats and whatnot, then it's hard to know, because I think they haven't started writing the script yet. Other than the DC shows, Winchester is the only good thing they got airing, in my opinion. Fair enough. I remember I watched all the DC shows on Channel 13. Triple A, wow. At this point, I just want to see the video ends so everyone can shut up about it. There was a time where I always looked forward to a majority of CW show, but boy, have they gone off a cliff in recent years. I can understand that. Let's see. I don't know if you can say David Zaslav has anything to do with the CW in that regard, because it's not really his fault in that regard. He's more. I think he probably has been informed and whatever and so on things, but I don't. And I'm totally grateful for the CW, because it has given me some of all-time favorite shows. But bye-bye. I understand. Yeah, rest in peace, Jaden David Frank. That was very tragic to hear last weekend. Because there's some triggering stuff about his passing. We're not going to bring it up on the show today, but my condolences to his family and all his friends, and to all the fans who loved him and what he did for the Power Rangers franchise for all these years. Because I may not have watched Power Rangers that much, but I knew Jason David Frank was. I knew what an awesome dude he was. I've heard people who have met him, and he was always kind and made time for them, and that was, it's so sad. They found this diverse representation of white straight cis people. Yeah, I mean, y'all white straight take two. All you white straight folks, you don't have any representation. That's why Dexter is having to do this. Boy, let's see. Chainsaw says, "I just bought a CW. I can't wait to make a profit next year. Good luck." The Arrowverse really kept DC in live action relevant for me for all these years. Yeah, that's what a lot of people have said to me as well when I've talked to them about the Arrowverse. Is that like maybe they don't follow the movies as much or the animated shows, but like the Arrowverse was something that a lot of them were following, and that was one of their ways to get into the DC brand and explore more stuff from the DC comics. And I'm still mad about Star Wars. I am too. I caught up now, and 2 more episodes. The final 2 episodes starts airing next Wednesday, 8th of December on the CW. I'm eternally grateful for the CW because it's giving me some of my all-time favorite shows, but its time has come to an end, and I think this is a signal that this era of TV is coming to an end too. Yeah, I think so too. Audience numbers are going to drop, probably, yeah. Next star! You can't escape me! I will change you to the end of the earth! Christ. It makes me more grateful that Superman got to end on their own terms. Yep, I agree. Seems like CW is turning to a network I will vehemently dislike. Reality series, game shows, sitcoms with laugh tracks. I can't think of anything worse to watch than these things. Yeah, I felt it's. I don't think there's going to be there's not going to be like a shit, except for Walkerverse, because I think those shows will probably be fine. And I'm saying that without teasing anything, yeah. No change today. Glam mother. Why are you? Okay, chat. Is it a good thing that he's calling me a glam mother, or what? Like, what should I know about this? No, James is taking a break this week. He's on vacation. He'll be back for next week's episode. But yeah, I'm doing well. I believe the Hulk rights expired in 2023 and we're back tomorrow, but I don't know about Namor. That's a rumor, I think. I don't know if that's true or not, but if that's the case, if we start hearing more about Hulk projects, then that is probably the case then. What do you think of the digital? Okay, I don't want to have that up on the screen, but I laughed so much that they literally did that. And talk about Titus episodes and also what's expected for the rest of the season. I mean, episode 5 is aired. Okay, so I can talk about up to episode 5. I cannot talk about episode 6. All I can say about episode 6 is that you will want to avoid Twitter on Thursday and watch the finale, the mid-season finale on your own, and then go on Twitter because I don't know what I can't say anything. It's a really big episode. But you know what? This season has been so strong. I love doing articles more than ever about tight ends. And it's just like, again, this feels that they're really finding their own footing this year. And I have some fun interviews coming out next week. I have one with Joseph Morgan, who plays Brother Blood, and also with James Scully, who plays Bernard on tight ends. They will be up on Screen Rant in article form and video format by next Thursday. So tune in. And did you hear that Vincent D'Onofrio said Echo will lead into Born Again at a con recently? I watched part of that panel. I don't know if he is necessarily said exactly that Echo will lead into Born Again, but I'm sure it's going to set up some things that will be pivotal for that first season. So I can definitely see that. And he doesn't want to have a contract with Jensen and Daniel Ackles production company. Yeah, they did just renew and they just signed they upped the overall deal. But here's when I want to bring this up. Because I don't want to misquote. Okay. Just so that we can properly give the right details because okay, so here's what the Variety said on October 10th. Production is moving forward for Jensen and Daniel Ackles with their latest endeavor, The Winter Slater, premiere on the CW on October 11th. This company recently renewed a first look deal with Warner Bros. Television for 2 more years and teases that there's few more stories they're looking to share in the future for their production company Chaos Machine. Now, this is what's important to remember. This is an oral deal with Warner Bros. TV, not the CW. So let's say the CW next year, they do what the fuck they're gonna do. Jensen and his wife could do things for HBO Max or HBO or other Warner-owned platforms. So whatever happens with CW, it's not going to affect Jensen and his wife necessarily, except for the Winchesters. But let's see. You guys also want to see Man of Steel 2 get greenlit. Who do you think is gonna have a better future, DC or Marvel? I mean, that's a loaded question, but I think they're both gonna have good futures in their own respective rights. And be honest, I want to see some of the characters we have in the Arrowverse and put them in the DCU or get the Flash. I don't know what you're thinking about the Flash too, but I mean, I'm sure you're gonna see other versions. I mean, here's the thing: we're at some point we're likely gonna see Green Arrow in the DCU, but it's not gonna be Steven. But I think there will be characters from the Arrowverse that we've seen on TV eventually show up in the movies, but they will play by different actors. Charlie says, Blade, I think, can work in PG-13. Look at what they let Sam Raimi get away with in Multiverse of Madness. Fair enough. Thoughts on this week's episode of Titans, episode 5. It was intense. When all the Superboy stuff, I was like, I can never eat food again in front of the show. Like this season has been so bloody and delicious in so many ways. But that episode, I was like, I had to put my plate away and just I'm not eating anything. Let's see. But I really enjoyed it. But you guys are, you're not ready for episode 6. Same with Daredevil. She-Hulk showed me how he can still work in a non-TV MA product, even if they bring back some of the darkness back. See, here's the thing. I think it's so weird. People have been saying that the Daredevil we see on She-Hulk doesn't feel anything like the Daredevil that we've been following for the last couple of years. But the thing is, you have to remember that we had a time jump between Infinity War and Endgame, but also between when the show was canceled to when he came back in the MCU, he's moved on, he's progressed, he's evolved as a character. So I think it's important to remember that the thing is, Charlie, Matt was always witty and joking and so on. I think that's why he was such a strong leading protagonist, because he had so many layers to him. The show in its essence is about Catholic guilt and what someone does with that when you do something like what Daredevil does. So I don't understand the hate that they got, but I also think people just wanted to hate on She-Hulk because they wanted to hate on She-Hulk because women. That's how they feel. I think I need to rewatch Smallville. You should. Smallville is streaming on Hulu. I really want that Flash Season 9 trailer now. I want it to. And I almost said something I wasn't supposed to. You'll find out. You guys will find out soon. Andy, are you old boomer? Yes. I'm an old boomer. I saw Superman Lois filming episode 6 around the same time the Flash was filming its episode 6 as well. Okay, cool. Daredevil can work on non-TV MA rating. Punisher can due to the nature of the character. Well, that's I don't like Punisher as a show. So Darren, what's up, Darren? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. It's funny how Warner Bros. Is ignoring Justice League and putting up statues of Zack Snyder's Justice League in Tokyo. Well, how about that? Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Just saying. What's up, Darren? Hello. Thoughts on Jinx? She's my favorite character to join this season. Oh, she is so much fun. I had such a blast talking to Lisa a couple of weeks ago, and she is such a huge fan. And there will be some big stuff for her next week. Andy, you're doing a great job doing Endless Multiverse. So, well, thank you. I don't think I am, but I do my best. Charlie says, I love both All-American shows with all my heart. They are the only two left with Black representation, but I just know they're going away too. I'm just waiting patiently. Well, I mean, because they're doing okay. They're doing well. on Netflix, I think. So maybe that will give CW some incentive to actually bring them back. I mean, if I was Netflix, I would just like, you don't want them? Fine, we will take them. They're already airing on our streaming service. So I hope we will see. At least I'm hoping at least All American gets to go out on its own terms, as well as All American. What is the spin-off called again? Is it Homecoming? All American Homecoming? Yeah, I think it's Homecoming. I hope that whatever they do, they get to finish them up on their own terms. Because I've heard really good things about those shows, and I think it's great that there is a lot of black representation on the CW, even though CW doesn't treat their black shows the same way they treat some of the shows that are led by white characters. Do you think Oliver or Spectre will return in the final season of The Flash? If Stephen Amell is available, I'm sure he will. The actor for Captain Singh was in Black Adam, and Amon actor was in Legends Tomorrow. Yeah, I saw. Actually, because I've talked to Patrick over DM the last couple of years through the Flash podcast, and like the moment I saw Black Adam, I came out. I just DM'd him like, Patrick, I saw you in the film. You were awesome. You're a kid. Your talent runs in that family. I'm just saying that. I love Black Adam so much. Amon was such a fun character, and I really want people to go see the film. So if you want to buy it on digital, it is on digital release now. So I enjoy it. I enjoy it, and I want to see more people enjoying it as well. I'm not commenting anything about that. And why do you keep teasing us? Because I can. But also because I almost slipped out. That's why. So like that, I'm just because I didn't want to just finish mid sentence and then be like, and then starting a new sentence. Did you watch Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special? Such a wholesome movie. Yeah, I got the screener for it, and I saw it on Tuesday night, and like I didn't know how much I needed it, like because this year has been kind of garbage. Like it really has. Like fuck 2022 in a lot of ways. So when I watched it, because the thing is, like Guardians 2 did not leave a huge impression on me. I wasn't very happy with it. So in the end, I just felt that, okay, let Guardians 3 come out and we will just move on with it. But I see the special and I'm like, holy fuck. Like I'm actually crying. I'm actually like feeling things again for this franchise. But also I love Kevin Bacon. Like if you put Kevin Bacon in a Marvel project, I will watch it. He's one of the best things of X-Men First Class. So it was really good. I can't wait to hear what Jordan thought about it. But the thing that was weird to me is that why, and I know he explained it somewhere, but like why did they release it in November if it's a Christmas special? Like this would have been great to put out during like December 20th or something like that. But it was good. It was fun. And I rewatched it actually today. And it's very wholesome, warms the heart, and I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see how James Gunn's gonna wrap up the trilogy with Guardians, because I love Drax, I love Mantis, I love Gamora. I want to see what Groot is now becoming. So it's good stuff. I know the actor for Icicle was on Star Wars set, but I didn't know John vs. Ship was in Atlanta while they were still filming. So what does that mean? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm hearing hate from Black Adam, so should I even watch it? Listen, you know what? Let me teach you something. Let me be an old man right now. Let me just take a sip. People can have opinions, but at the end of the day, you can't form something on your own without having seen or experienced on your own. Like, for example, when I write my reviews for, like, when I do some of my advanced reviews for, like, Titans or Doom Patrol or Naomi, whatever screens that I've seen and so on, I do reviews. My job as a journalist, as a critic, is to give my opinion of what I think about this product. And then to give people an idea of how this critic feels about said product. But it's not to say, because I said so, you shouldn't go see this or you should go see it. You should still go see it, but to form your own opinion, to form your own sense of mind about it. So that's the thing. I think that's the important thing to remember is that, listen, this is why Rotten Tomatoes and some parts of the critics world has gone too big, and it has gotten too much of a say to affect some of these movies, because I'm like, because look at what happened. Black Adam, like, okay, it's critical score Rotten Tomatoes again, which Rotten Tomatoes, it doesn't fucking matter because it doesn't represent every critic in the world. Like, I'm not on Rotten Tomatoes, but still, people always come to me and ask me, like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Should we go see it? Should we not go see it? So that means that you're missing out on thousands of critics out there that don't get highlighted on Rotten Tomatoes. So that percentage, it represents like maybe a fraction. So, but look at the audience score for Black Adam. It was so much higher. So, Miona, I think you should see it. You should go see it to form your own opinion. And then if you don't like it, you don't like it, but it's just because how you feel. Rotten Tomatoes is just, again, and I'm if any of my friends who are Rotten Tomatoes sees that, don't take this as a way of me attacking you personally. That's not what I'm doing. You know, I'm saying that the concept of Rotten Tomatoes has gotten too powerful and too impactful of what it actually stands for. Because people see a percentage, they decide and thinking, oh, well, that means I should go see it or I shouldn't go see it. Come on. So it's like, and I mean, Rotten Tomatoes is also very elitist. I don't believe in elitism in journalism because there's many of us out there. So, Miata, I think you should go see the movie and make your own opinion. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. If you like it, you like it. But don't feel something just because Rotten Tomatoes is saying, here's how much percentage it has. What are your thoughts about what Chris Hemsworth said about Thor when he returns? I think that was the most polite way of saying Love and Thunder was not good for me. I don't want to do a movie like that again. And I agree. Thor is not supposed to be a joke. He's a fucking god, ladies and gentlemen. I think, and Love and Thunder is such a waste of a lot of great characters. Like, Valkyrie is barely in that movie. We also had Lady Thor, and they killed her off. If I had written that movie, and if Taika was directing, I would be like, we're killing Thor off. Let Natalie Portman lead. I think it's time. It's time to move forward with the MCU. But yeah, I think Chris Hemsworth, I think he has very much had a very good media training session with his media team about how to phrase this. So, but yeah, I'm saying John Wick was in Atlanta around the same time Star Wars filming. So I don't know. I hope we get Spider-Man 4 announcements soon. I'm sure we will. Basically, Chris Hemsworth basically said Thor was trash. I never want to work with Taika Waititi again. I don't think he was necessarily against Taika. I think he likes Taika, but I think that he would rather that he get, like, if he comes back for a fifth movie, I think he's gonna want to have something in his corner where, like, he gets to have creative say now. So they wait the latest stuff, that too. Thor has become a little parody of himself. It's like watching a bad SNL sketch. Yep. Like there's scenes in that movie where I can't even tell anyone if it's what it is. So I would love Lady Thor taking over too. Valkyrie deserves her own spin-off. Give her a girlfriend too. Yep. But Disney's like, they're all about being diverse and inclusive. But like when it comes to them LGBT couples, they're just a little afraid, it seems. Why is that? Fix this, Bob Iger. Fix it. Who the fuck cares if... Never mind. I'm not going to say it. Let's see. What else? I mean, I think I'm caught up now with the chat. I think I've answered pretty much every question. So, let's see. We're entering the 1 hour mark. So, Okay, so I will go for. I mean, I haven't seen Stargirl for next week, so I don't. I think you should be equally excited because Titans next week is the mid-season finale, and I don't know when Titans will be back in 2023. They haven't said that date yet, unless I've got an email that I've just missed. And Stargirl is the penultimate episode. So yes, I think you should definitely be excited for both, because I think they're setting up a lot of big things. So I will run for a couple more minutes. Chainsaw, he's on vacation. I'm going solo this week. But thank you for tuning in. Stargirl fight scenes have been getting recognition lately. Yes, so the thing is, Stargirl has always, this season has been a little rocky into the storylines, but the quality of Stargirl has always been on par. Like the action, the CGI, the score, the acting. So for me, like that's why I'm so sad that the show is getting canceled and that we're losing it. But I really want to see them go out on a great note. And I'm sure we're gonna have an amazing fight, like final battle of the series. So if it was up to me, and maybe this is what Jeff Johns and his writing team are doing, that every JSM member, both living ones from the past team, comes back to cameo, and the ones we have now in the new generation, and maybe some surprising new arrivals all come together to fight these final villains. This is afraid because certain countries don't allow same-sex couples. Well, it's. What if they're more worried about losing out money because some countries are homophobic? Then you know what? I can't relate. I can't relate to that whatsoever. But it's just I'm tired. I'm tired. Straight people have nothing to complain about. Straight people have nothing to complain about when it comes to about representing them. So whatever. When Chainsaw is back, will he be leveled up? Well,
wow, you have seriously leveled up.
We shall see. Chainsaw is always leveling up. He's awesome. Stargirl all seasons never had a bad episode, which is insane. Yeah, they're like, because I think like doing 13 episodes and like just also not being afraid to be pulling from comics as much as they do. I think that's important to remember. I enjoyed Phase 4, but I think Phase 5 will be better. Yeah, I think Phase 4 is a result of a pandemic that I think shook up a lot of things, where the effects companies were affected, where they couldn't finish a lot of things, and that's why I think something's a little weird here and there. But I also think that they felt that they needed to put out things just for the sake of it. SNL stands for Saturday Night Live, that airs on Saturdays. I can go for another 5 minutes. So if you have any questions, or if you want to support us with some super chat, we would really appreciate that. It helps a great way to support the channel. And let's do it for Chainsaw. Let's talk about Chainsaw for a second. Let's talk about Chainsaw. The amazing Kiara, stop it. Superman Lois. I will say this.
Obviously, this particular comment didn't age too well.
Yeah. The only thing I'm excited about for Phase 5 is Ant-Man and Ag. There's so much good coming up in Phase 5, though. Like, how can you only be excited for those two? I'm excited for Ag, but I'm just. Jonathan Majors can get it, okay? That's all I was gonna say. Victor, Andy, have you ever missed a show? 35.7 has time. Andy, have you ever missed a show? 37.5. Where has the time gone? Good show, guys. Keep it going. Well, thank you. No, I've been on every episode. The only time where my presence was affected was for my birthday stream. When my power went out and poor Chainsaw was sitting here panicking that something had happened to me, and thankfully Canagrass filled in, and eventually my internet and my power all came back, so I could be able to join. But that's the only time I really missed a majority of an episode. But otherwise, I've been here for every episode. That's the same with the Flash. I have done every single episode of the Flash podcast for the last 10 years. By next year, it will be 10 years. I've done over 300 episodes of the Flash podcast. So, let's see. I have to see some trailers. Okay, fair enough. He kind of missed the birthday stream. Yes, I did. I might be wrong, Andy, but didn't Kevin or someone at Marvel say a while back that certain characters that will be very important in Phase 5? I mean, duh. I mean, of course that's gonna be the case. I don't know why Kevin is like trying to phase it as if like phase that as a way of like it's like new information. Yes, yeah. I mean, I feel like all characters in general that are in Phase 5 are gonna be important for the multiverse saga. Miata, that is Teddy. Well, we were talking about Teddy's series. That was him commenting on whether or not he thinks he will be back, and right now there are no official plans, so we will see. But let's talk about Chainsaw for a second. Jordan, if you're watching, let's just do it for a second. What an amazing guy. Listen, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but if there's something I am grateful for, it is to be invited to join this channel, to do the show with Jordan. And like, listen, he's one of my best friends. We're like brothers in this one. We talk almost every day. We call each other every day. We talk about things, and we geek out about things, and we plan things for the show, and something special topic videos. And I love him to death, and he works so hard, and I'm so proud of everything that he's done, and I can't wait to see what he's gonna do throughout the rest of 2023 with the reactions and other video topics, and also building out this show more. And but yeah, I like everyone. If you guys have any favorite moments from I know what you said about your internet, but like, do you want to come on for a quick second? Just chat a little. I've been alone for quite a while now, over my dead body. I'm thankful for the multiverse. I am thankful too. But yeah, tell me some of your favorite. What are you thankful for about Chainsaw React for 2022? What is Andy watching lately? Any recommendations? What am I watching right now? Let me pull up my. I've been rewatching a little bit of The Boys. I'm rewatching Shameless. Oh well, feel better soon, Canagrass. Feel better soon. What am I watching? I'm also rewatching Suits, which is with Patrick D. Adams, and I love Suits. It's so good. What else am I watching? Shameless, Suits. That's pretty much it. I'm not this week. I've been so busy lately that I haven't really had time to watch a lot of things. But I just recently watched Enola Holmes 2. Love that movie. I love Millie Bobby Brown as Enola. I loved, of course, Henry Cavill as Sherlock Holmes. The What Sale? Okay. What else am I watching? Shameless, like I said, because Galovich forever. You know what? I've heard so many good things about it that I actually put Wednesday on my Netflix list, so I might be watching it during the weekend. Have you met Chainsaw live? How did you guys meet? We have not actually met in real life because we live in two different places. But no, essentially he followed me on Twitter, and I had seen a little bit of his stuff on YouTube, and I gave him a follow back, and then we tweeted each other, I think, back and forth here and there. And eventually, one night I saw him doing a live stream, and I tuned in, and he asked me to come on. And then that's kind of where the friendship fleshed out even further. The Batwoman Garage Sale was this weekend. I would have bought stuff if I could. Good night, Justin. Have a good one. Have a happy workday tomorrow. Batwoman set sale. They started last week and I missed it because I was off sleep schedule. Now I'm missing this week's because of. Well, I'm sorry. I hope you feel better soon. And it's great. That's wow, it's huge. But did I like him at first? No. I hated him. I only follow him because the Ghost paid me to. No, of course I liked him. He's a funny dude. He does great work on YouTube. Like, what's not to love about Chainsaw Reacts? So, come on now, y'all. What kind of a question is that? Dear Lord. I don't know, Miata. Ask the chat. A lot of people seem to like Wednesday, so I might check it out. But I know Chainsaw really enjoyed it. Um, let's see. But I'm trying to think of other recommendations. I don't right now. I'm not watching a lot of other things, but I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to try to start watching a lot of new things that aren't just superhero stuff. So 2023 will be a little different. So we will. Cobra Kai and Stranger Things are still on my list, guys. I promise you all, I am gonna watch those shows because I'm getting very intrigued. What else? I haven't watched it lately, but I did start watching Ted Lasso earlier this year, and it's such a good show. So go check it out on Apple Plus TV. I can't think of anything else I'm watching right now. I'm playing a lot of games right now, so I'm playing Valorant. Just finished Gotham Knights, which was a complete disappointment. But yeah, not really anything much right now. But I thank you guys so much for tuning in and like watching me just ramble for like over an hour by myself. I get nervous when I'm by myself, so it helps having people to bounce things off of. You will never know. I'm not gonna delete that tweet, but you will never know. Let's see. Next year better be good, please. I'm begging it now. Well, hopefully, I don't know what you're specifically talking about, but hopefully there won't be as much Hollywood drama as there happened this year. So we will see. We shall see. But yeah, okay. You know what? For real, I will run to 10:30, and then I'm gonna jump out because I'm gonna go play some video games with some friends. So tell me what happens after the endless multiverse. Do you and James talk behind the scenes? I mean, something we before we go to bed, we just kind of like great show tonight. We catch up on each other if there's something else we need. But yeah. But usually by the time we finish streaming, we go to bed. We're usually tired. Because usually something we run till 11 p.m. and it's kind of late. So it happens. It definitely. But we do chat, yeah. But it's not like after party or after endless multiverse show, whatever, and so on. What are you playing? I'm playing Valorant. I just bought a new game today. It's not new, but like it's new for me. It's Dead by Daylight. I'm playing with some of my friends there. I might stream it actually this weekend on Twitch. We have not met in person. Not yet. Maybe next year. We will see. I will post my stream, my Twitch stream, so you guys can follow it. It will be, like I said, tomorrow, either tomorrow or sometime mid Sunday. But I'm having a lot of fun streaming on Twitch. So, but follow me there. But have you played with Chainsaw? No, but we have talked about maybe doing some sort of like streaming sessions one day where we are playing video games. Because I think it will be fun. That's a great thing with Endless Multiverse. We can do anything. So. But yeah, we have not met yet in person, but hopefully we will one day. Okay, you have me for 10 more minutes. If you want to send in some super chats, it would greatly support the channel, and also I think Chinga would be very happy. If you're still here, Jordan, I I know you would appreciate it. So, see, I'm the one who posted that link. Dear Lord. But yeah, rapid fire questions. Hit me with some questions, and then at 10:30, I will wrap things up. I will play a clip while I take a little bit of a sip. Here's me laughing like a crazy person. Well. I remember when I showed it to my sister a couple years ago. She's like, it's a fictional character, Andy. Grow up. And I'm like, no, Oliver Queen has put me through a lot. But, I love Arrow. Trust me, I do love Arrow. Have you met any of the other streamers? Like you mean like the ones the other people I've been on YouTube shows with? Like I've not met CG. This was like the first year we actually talked voice to voice and like saw each other on camera. I have not met Lance because I just got to know him like a few months ago. Eric, I have not met him in person either. Ben, I met Ben from the TV show. He had me on last night on his show. It's on his YouTube channel, the TV show. Great guy. We met at Comic-Con 2019 in the Super Cool press room. He came up to me and was like, and because again, I'd heard his voice, but I don't think I'd really seen what he looked like. So he was like, "Hey Andy, how are you?" I'm like, "Hi, I'm good." Wait, do we know each other? Yeah, I'm Ben from the TV show. I'm like, "Can you do your intro just so I could just, like, because that helps me sometimes remember." And it was him. He is such a sweetheart, great guy, a true professional, and I can't wait to see where he goes. And I think he does great things on his channel. So, and I've been honored to be able to come on. No, it is not alcohol. It is freaking soda. Goodness gracious, I can't even drink alcohol because of medical conditions. Serious question. Does Daddy 1 like, 2 love, 3 adores, 4 loathes, 5 steals the medal? I think he actually steals the medal because he loves it. Coke all the way. Don't get me and Canada started on Pepsi versus Cola. I do not have the time. I don't have the energy. I'm tired. Yes, I did see it. I cannot believe it. I just want to know if Grant has seen it and be like, I'm on that person's Twitter account. So you want to do this? Okay. You want to do this? Okay. Let's go. Coming in here, being pro Coke. Almost chugged it. Wow. Oof. That was not. Oof. My eyes. Oh, that wasn't good. CCG, look what you do. Look what you make me do. Yeah, but they definitely saw it. That gif is always funny. Wow. Oh, I almost chugged. That was not good. I'm gonna burp so much after this. When Oliver Diggle pointed each other when Diggle misses the Russian alcohol. That's me when my mate asks time to get some liquor. There you go. Yo, a Coca-Cola stream, yay. No. CG decided to come in here and make a fight about Coke versus Pepsi, where we all know Coke is the best one. Well, CG does drink Coke Zero Plus, Pepsi, so... Oh, sorry. That is true. My eyes are hurting so much right now. 5 more minutes, guys, and then I'm out of here. So if you have any super chat questions, hit us with them now. I'll be thankful. Jordan would be thankful, and yeah, any other questions you have for me. You're allowed your wrong takes, Andrew. Okay. You know what you're missing, though?
That means you haven't known the triumphs and defeats, the epic highs and lows of high school football. But you will.
Yeah. Lloyd? No. Don't you ever compare me to him. I have no comment on said individual. Moving on. What about Dr. Pepper, LOL? I mean, if you want to go drink something tasteless, go for it. That's not my problem. But yeah, you have 4 more minutes with me. Then I'm going on weekend. But again, thank you all so much for tuning in. Let's see. You think we will get an A-Force movie one day? I think we will get a movie like that. I don't know if it's going to be called A-Force, but I think we will get it. Something like that. I think there will be a female team of some kind. But I don't know if it will be called A-Force necessarily. That's a good question, yeah. But I played football in high school, so burn on you. Well, I would get picked as quarterback for any sport in high school because I was the big dude. So they were just like, "Hey, you know, go be QB." I'm like, I don't want to be QB, but you're huge, you can stop people. I'm like, fine. Basketball was always exhausting, so like huzzah. Water beats pretty much anything Aiden says. You know what? Drink water. You know what? Let's have some water. We'll have some water. I'll hydrate. I'm gonna have to pee so badly after this. But I appreciate everyone being here tonight, just to hear me ramble and just talk shit. But yeah, we're gonna have a few more shows before we take like hiatus. Oh, well, thank you for the super. Can I get Funko? Hello, will you be on Eric live tomorrow? There's no plans right now. Do I? I don't open my Funko figures. Let me look at my table. I'm trying to see if do I have any? I have any Funkos? Because usually all my Funkos are up like there and in the corner, but they're all like I haven't opened any of them. So I'm sorry. I can hold on. Give me one sec. I'll be right back. Don't worry. I'll be right back. Okay, hold on. My name is Barry Allen. I am the fastest man alive. You may have forgotten about that because I don't do my intros anymore on the show because we need to cut time so we can get in more screen time with other characters and storylines. I'm entering my final season, and guess what? We don't know either when we're coming back in 2023 for the final season. But I always remember, as a flashback, I am the fastest man alive. Fuck you, Eobard. So that was Barry. He had to go. I don't want to open my Funkos. I don't want to lose value. So sound of a shelf full of collectibles could be here tumbling over in the back room. It's my lib. It's literally up there. Andy, stop capping. Lol. Interest for cut for Chegra makeout season. I don't even know if they're even doing anything with Chegra in season 9. Your rambling has been most entertaining. Well, thank you. I want those Black Adam toys. Yeah, I did see there were some new Funkos that came out. Was it last week? I think. But yeah, I don't think I bought a single Funko in 2022. That's bad. Okay, guys, but it is 10:30. It is time to wrap up the stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You can find me at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Vero, Twitch, and Hive, all at Anime Pact. I will be live this weekend on Twitch. So I will post a link one more time. Go follow me there right now if you want to, and I will. You will see when I go live. I'm gonna play something different because I'm finished with Gotham Knights, which was that was an experience, to say the least. But go subscribe to this channel. Chainsaw Reacts has brand new videos coming out every week, almost daily. Follow him on social media. All the links to our stuff is in the show notes. We'll be back next week with episode 38 of Endless Multiverse, and we're gonna be in December. December 2nd. So, but listen, we gotta end it as always with our favorite boy, with our two favorite boys in raggedy clothes, to tell Gracie something very important that we all need to know. So Cicada, take it away.
Metas killed your parents, Gracie. They all deserve to die.
Don't believe him, Grace.
Don't believe Grazers. Don't believe him. Well, hold on. I need my phone because I can't do Madeline without the phone. Oh my God, Gracers! Don't believe him. Don't believe him with that raggedy ass cloak and that those bandages that he has and that muffling voice like all deserve to die. Gracers, we do not do that here. Not in Madison Central City where you don't know where the C's are. It is scary that I can just bring out that voice so easily. Like, am I actually Madison or is Madison me? I don't know. Wait, what if I created Madison? What if she created me? I'm not sure. This is the scary part. This is the scary part because, like, again, it's just so easy. Oh my God, Graces, don't believe him. Listen to Auntie Madison that spells with one I and two N's, but they're not where you think. Why is it so easy for me? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take off and enjoy some weekend. Everyone have a happy Thanksgiving weekend. Enjoy yourself. Be with family. Be with your loved ones. Play some games. Watch some movies. Catch some TV shows. Don't be on social media. It's garbage. It's horrible. But we will see you next time on Endless Multiverse. Until then, have a good one. I can't I end? I don't know how to end. Why is it not ending? This is so awkward. Bye! Until it disappears.